Hey guys, I'm doing this video to try and help explain what's going on in Crimea and how that relates to end time prophecies. And I found a video from John Hagee on Hagee Hotline where he explains why he thinks the current crisis in Ukraine is a precursor to the invasion of Israel as foretold by the book of Ezekiel that will usher in the last days in a battle that's called the War of Gog and Magog. Now, I'm not going to go into detail in this video of the Battle of Gog and Magog, mainly because I want to try and keep my videos short and easy to follow. I don't want to overwhelm anyone with information who's not used to studying end-time biblical prophecies. And there are a lot of different opinions on when people think this battle will take place and who's involved and so forth. And I definitely have my opinion on what I think will take place. And I may do another video later that explains that. But what I want to do is take this tidbit of information from John Hagee that he has released, and I want to add to that a newly released prophecy from a 17th century rabbi that I think is pretty amazing. And the mainstream news media has not really covered this prophecy at all. So here's what Pastor Hagee had to say.
That's right now. What you are seeing happening on the television screen is the Russian bear coming back to life, wanting to be a global superpower. It's going to take all of the nations it can with him, and there will be, at some point in the future, a land invasion led by the Russians. The prophet Ezekiel very clearly says, Iran, the Arabic nations, Libya, Germany, Turkey are coming together under the leadership of Russia. You see that happening right now. They're going to come like a cloud to descend on the nation of Israel, and God is going to destroy 5 out of 6 of them. How's he going to do that? I'm going to tell you in the next 2 minutes. 1, Ezekiel, the 19th chapter, Ezekiel, the 19th verse, the 38th chapter, says, I'm going to send a massive earthquake that's going to open the earth and swallow some of those 9 armies. And then after that, I'm going to cause friendly fire to break out. There's going to be a massive confusion. The Bible says every man's sword will be turned against his brother. You have 9 invading armies there, speaking 9 different languages, shooting 9 different weapon systems, and God's going to see to it that that gets confused and they wipe out a great deal of themselves. But lastly, God says, I'm going to rain hailstones, because in the Old Testament, sinners were stoned to death, and God is going to stone to death the people that come against the nation of Israel. Please understand, Israel is going to be victorious and defended by the hand of God.
So what Pastor Hagee is saying is this ground invasion that's taking place right now with Russia, he believes is leading up to the battle talked about in Ezekiel 38 and 39. Now, with that in mind, the other day Paul Begley released a video about a phone call he received pertaining to a Rabbi, Elio Ben Shalom, mostly known as Rabbi Vilna Gaon. Now, after watching his video and searching the web, I've gathered that this rabbi was a very prominent rabbi who lived in the 1700s that received many prophecies from the Lord. He was a person of incredible genius. He was so prominent that most Jews want to lay claim to his ancestry, which is pretty funny. He was born on April 23rd, 1720, and died October 9th, 1797, putting him at 77 years old when he died. This rabbi's grandson comes forward with a prophecy from his grandfather that had been kept secret in his family, but he felt like needed to be revealed. This prophecy was given to his grandfather shortly before his passing. And before I tell you the prophecy, I want to make this statement that Perry Stone makes quite often when he's talking about extra biblical prophecies, and I think it's very wise to do so. Make note that we do not ever take any extra biblical prophecy and consider it as authority to the Holy Bible. The Bible is the truly inspired source of all last day inspired predictions, and this is only a point of interest or something that's notable. So here's the prophecy. When you hear that the Russians have invaded Crimea, you will know that the bells of redemption have begun to ring. And when you hear that the Russians have reached Constantinople, Istanbul, which is now Turkey, you can already don Sabbath clothes and await the appearance of Moshiach, which is the Messiah. How exciting is that?